I would love a relationship that makes my life better than it is. I have no interest in being in a relationship to be in a relationship. The truth is that, like, I'm a rare breed. So, like, there might not be a match that's a rare breed for a while.
And then this one.
High-earning women are the devil. They're more likely to leave compared to a woman who's financially dependent on a man. So those things I'm not saying are not true. Here's the part of the puzzle they miss. A lot of men, what they do is they take their foot off the pedal when they're with a high-earning woman. If, because she's earning, you are now not investing in her, but that same man would go to another broke woman and give her the world, then she's getting a low end of the deal. Like, usually women still take majority of domestic chores, especially when it comes to children. She's going to have a dual burden. The woman that's a good woman who's earning and doing her own things and looking after you, she doesn't ask, but doesn't mean she doesn't deserve you. But if you maintain your masculinity and you maintain the same level of treatment you would give her if she was broke, rather than relying on her income, you can maintain that relationship really well. But men treat women who earn better as men. They treat them like men. Treat a woman like a man, she sees you like a girl. She will no longer be sexually interested in you.
So that was the, oh my God. Jesus help me.
You know,
she has very good perspectives sometimes.
So I can understand what she's saying a little bit. Now, I think what she's trying to say is, it's okay to have a high earning woman, okay, but she still wants to be treated like a lady. You know, she still wants to be treated no different from if she wasn't a high earning woman. She doesn't want the short end of the stick. She still wants you to show up as the man in the household. Does that make sense?
Not only does it make sense, Shan, this is where we're kind of this is where we kind of have to give a little bit of grace to men. Here's why. For every action, there's an equal by opposite reaction. All right. In physics, that is true. And also in the world of human interaction, that is now proving to be true. When a woman puts a certain amount of energy into one area of her life that does not have to do with children, family, or catering to a man, we're starting to notice that it instinctively deactivates certain parts of a man to do for a woman. So the best part of what she said was, well, you would give this other woman blank, blank, and blank, because her dependency on him in certain ways activates that in him, right? So you have to understand, a man is not going to be super endearing to a woman he never sees because she's working, right? So that's the only part I ask for, is like a little bit of grace to say that a woman's focus on work, she's kind of doing this to herself. That's all.
Well, she didn't say what the job itself was. I think the message was more so the earning, the amount of money. If she out earns her partner, that partner then falls back on what he may potentially do for her, because it's like, oh, you got it, versus the other person who don't have it, and so it makes you give them more. So from that, I can understand that, because even in conversations that we've had before, where it's like, if a person, and not just a man, but I think if a person is presenting as if they got it, then is like, all right, you got it. And I would say more so, like, even with because I think one time it was a conversation one time when Trill was on here, that he explained that if it's something that a woman is doing, a man will automatically fall back if you're taking the lead on it. He's like, all right, whatever, you want to act like that, or you want to be the man, I'm gonna let you do that, and they'll fall back.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's kind of what she's explaining. Just because I have money still doesn't mean that I don't want you to treat me like a woman who doesn't have the money. And I think Inaz had also explained before, like in being in Muslim, right, that men, regardless of how much money the man, how much money the woman makes, that the man is still supposed to take care of her.
I think
that's
go
an
ahead.
established role.
Yeah, so that's correct. And the reason that those women can do that is because a man's value is not just in his wallet, right? And I think the danger of this conversation is that if your wallet is not bigger than mine, then you don't have any perceived value, right? That's really like the problem with like these boss babes, right? You have to have money in order to show me that you have value. That's really problematic because masculinity is not wrapped up in their wallet, because provision is a whole lot of other things on top of financial provision. And we forget that when we get into these conversations a lot of the time, right? Because that man might not have the same money as you, but he has a different perspective than you. He could offer you some valuable insight on how to navigate, your world if he's familiar with it, or how to navigate certain business conversations. His network could be value to you. Like, there are a whole lot of other things where that man could be valuable to a woman who is high earning, but that dollar amount gets in the way of a lot of women seeing that. And I think that, because I agree with Trigger Mike, that lady has a lot of really great takes. This was not one of her better ones.
And let me say to kind of offset that and add to it, think about all of the narratives that women started on their own because they make money. Independent woman, I get my own. A man does not have to do anything for me. What you women have created without the help of men is a culture of confusion about how we are supposed to approach things with you. It's all confusion. I struggled with this as a husband, right? Because women will say these things out of their mouths. You'll hear them talking about it with their friends. And you literally are sitting there like, well, this is the moment. So now, because I have a wife and a daughter, I usually keep 5 $100 bills. I gave my last one last week, so I got to go get some more. I usually keep 5 $100 bills in my wallet. And my wife is a multiple 6-figure earner, got her own business, just like me. We are matched on every level, right? I don't need to give her money to go to the nail shop and to go out with my daughter. But she'll say something like, oh my God, look at these nails. We'll be sitting there with the kid. And even a woman with that much resources, for me to pull out one of them hundreds and say, you and a baby girl go to the nail shop, he'll be just as giddy. Baby girl, you ready to go to the nail shop? And I had to learn that I have to break through. It takes time to break through all of this confusion that we've made in society to say she's still a woman. She's still my woman. And these gestures matter. It takes time, but I got to tell women is that y'all have done a bulk of the legwork deactivating the instinct of men to do that for you. So we got to reclaim that in society.